Introverts versus extroverts, a personality divide, and we are going to discuss the truths about extroverts and introverts personality in this presentation today. By labeling our personality seems easier to understand ourselves and others, but sometimes what we think is a useful label isn't much more than a just accessory to who we are. For example, take the good old extroverts versus introverts label debate. So, uh, we are labeling the people extrovert and introverts to understand us and understand other people, but let's see what is the debates about their personalities. Let's first discuss the extroverts and introvert stereotypes. Like extroverts, an outgoing, loud person who thrives in social interactions, and whereas introverts, a quieter, more introspective uh, person who needs more alone time. So while these labels seem helpful, they are also very simplistic and may not account for the variety of way we get our needs met. So before going further, let me define the stereotypes. In social psychology, a stereotype is an overgeneralized belief about a particular category of people. It is an expectation that people might have about every person of a particular group. So what we do, we overgeneralize of a group, people of group or the things of group, their characteristics, and we expect that if we have the group, we everyone is like that group. Like here, when we as soon as we label them extroverts, we know what their extroverts are, and if they're introverts, what they should be. So this is the way we divide the personalities. But here we see there are like many more things of variety of characteristics they have. It is really hard to label the people because personality traits are, is not very absolute or definitive labels. They're more like a part of spectrum. It is a so thinking of a personality trait less as a definitive absolute labels are more as a part of spectrum. Is a range. It's not like a absolute. It is like a range. So people are not exact. They are not absolute. They move. They have different shades of their personality. So you exist on a spectrum of introversion versus extroversion, where depending on the situation, we can land anywhere between the two ends. Or think of it like this: the way you prefer to get energized and the way your energy get depleted could define how much of an introvert or extrovert or ambivert you are. Let's dive into the spectrum and find out common traits of personality types and how they might apply. So let's first let's define what it means to be extroverted. So research suggests that people who lean more toward extroversion side of the spectrum have a specific way of processing information through social stimuli. So they have more than the traits, and here are some of the other ways extroversion might appear for you. So let's discuss them one by one. These are the few of the ways extroversion might appear in front of you, like energized by interacting with other, especially new people. Communication style is more animated and physical, more likely to make quick decision in the moment, get more out of new experience than repeated ones, and more likely to take the positive or optimistic approach toward the things. The next is that they energized by interacting with others, especially new people. So going new places, meeting friends of friends, and just generally being able to feel someone else's physical energy really excites them. They are not only get the energy from inside, they are also getting energy when they see people or they meet new people or extroverts. While they don't always feel like that they have to be leader experiencing interaction where they give and receive attention is key to their rejuvenations. Uh, they might also make new friends easily, find themselves labeled as naively optimistic, have a large circle of friends they may or may not overlap, enjoy starting a conversation with strangers, uh, get anxious when they are forced to be alone too often. So these are they rejuvenize when they see new people. They are like very optimistic. They are good. They like new friends. They want to talk with the people, and they become anxious when they often when they are be alone for a long time. Communication style is more animated, lively, and physical. While most people might conflate mix up extroversion with with high volume, research suggests that extroversion has a large impact on how someone might use physical gestures. If you lean more toward extroversion, you might find yourself gesturing or initiating physical contact more when you feel like your message hasn't been received or understood. So you maybe exhibit behavior like thinking out loud. When you are thinking, you are also talking, needing someone to verbally bounce ideas to you, and being easily expressive. So these are the few of the things when they do the communicating with the other people. Another characteristics of extroversion are they might act like they are making the decision very quickly in the moment. One study found that higher extroversion were associated with lower rational decision making style. This doesn't mean that extroverts make uninformed decisions. It is just mean that they tend to lean more toward institution, which suggests they are more likely to make quicker decision than those who lean toward agreeableness or conscientiousness. So they are quicker to trust themselves. They are like very, they have more confidence, and they do the decisions quickly or the spot. So it doesn't mean that they do the uninformed decisions though, but they process the information too quickly, and with this less information they can think more. Get more out of new experiences than repeated ones. So they learn more from the new experience as compared to the repeated ones. While some people enjoy a certain amount of repetition, those who skew toward extroversion prefer to seek out new experiences. So they are always love to have new experiences. So they don't want to do the things repetitively. May they get bored if they do same thing again and again. The next their approach or next is that they are more likely to take the positive or optimistic approach. People who identify as extroverts have an easier time finding the silver lining on a cloudy day. So they, even in a gloomy situation, they will always think a positive things. This doesn't mean that they engage in toxic positivity or of constantly smiling, but research suggests that self-identified experts tend to use more positive language. So one small study also suggests a link between the extrovert's behavior and increased happiness, even among participants who were introverts. So even in they show more happiness, even they are in the group of introverts. But as with anything else, take it with a grain of salt. That faking extroversion could actually backfire if you are not acting authentically you to your personality or needs. So it might hurt you if you are just pretending that you are extroverts. So this is kind of a grain of the salt in their positive, in some of the people's positive approach. So now let's talk about the other side of the divide. So other side of our personality. Uh, what it means to be introverted. They are shy, they are awkward, less energetic, not as open to the new experience, etc. These are the stereotype don't do introvert justice and are often based on the idea of extrovert ideal. So this is the ideal kind of introverts are, So these ideal have heavily influenced the way people believe introverts should act. But again, introversion is about where your energy comes from and less about how you put it out. Here are the some other ways of introversion might appear to you. Okay, other ways of introversion might appear that they take time when making decisions, feel more comfortable with less stimuli, uh, recharge better when alone, like to observe or listen to others, and prefer to out of the spotlight. So, see, these are the some of the things they do or they may appear like this. So, let's discuss one by one in the next part of our lecture. Take time when making decisions. So this isn't that to say that introverts aren't action oriented. In fact, a good leader which introverts tendency will have learned to verbalize the need for more time before making any plans or taking next steps. So usually it's not that they don't take action, but they take more time to take the action. Another word for this type of person is the processors. Introverts are more likely to be processor because they want to reflect privately without interruptions. So they process the things. They like they analyze the information in detail and then make the decision. Okay, the next characteristics or attributes of the introverts is that they feel more comfortable when the less stimuli is. What less stimuli mean? When there's a less thing influencing them. There's not many things coming from the environment. If you feel like your emotions and internal thoughts process take up most of your energy, you are probably on the introverted side of the spectrum. The research on this is older but still worth nothing. Worth noting. A research suggested that introverts tend to process information internally, which may lead people to think they are shy, but in reality, they may have just used up a lot of energy to take in their surroundings. This could lead to the traits like being a good listener, wanted to be alone more frequently, enjoying quieter or more focused activities, preferring small social groups or short hangs. Okay, they get the energy or recharge better when they are alone. People who misunderstand the need to recharge alone may describe it as a aversion to socializing, but it isn't true. Alone time is another way of decreasing stimuli. So when you are alone, or you are basically what you are doing, you are decreasing the external factors influencing you. For example, people who feel more exhausted after spending time with others, especially those they do not know, are more likely to need alone time. If you feel more relaxed and recharged after retreating from the world for a bit, then you might be an introvert. You may also find yourself avoiding back-to-back social activities, preferring smaller but close-knit group of friends, enjoying activities like journaling, diary writing, listening to the music, or watching TV alone, drawn to jobs where you can work independently or have fewer meetings. So these are the some of the characteristics of introverts. They want to why they want to live alone because they want to get energized or think when they are alone without any foreign or external factor influencing their thoughts. So they like to be observer or they want to listen to other people. This might seem contradictory, especially when the idea of being around people sound exhausting, but hear us out. If you are an introvert, you might make a good boss. Uh, uh, by HBR found that this is a Harvard Business Review found that introverted leaders in the workplace tend to be more engaged listener and more open to suggestions. These traits made employees feel valued and allow the introverts to be strong leader. In addition to being known as a good listener, they might be also called perceptive, showing sensitive insight, analytical, empathetic, and agreeable and cooperative. So these are some of the other characteristics they have, and this is some of them is very good for leadership qualities. Okay, prefer to be out of spotlight, like, so they don't want to be more in a spotlight. The spotlight here mostly refers to being the center of an interactive situation, like presentation with an open question answer, or not performance, or not performances, although the aftermath of a performance may be draining. So they want, they want to, it is, they try to avoid the presentation or open question and not the performance. Although after, and they, if they have performance after that, they will feel they are like they are draining. It is not that you don't enjoy attention or validation. You do, but you might find it more meaningful to receive the praise individually rather than in a group setting where you are required to be responding. So you want validation, you want attention as introverts, but you want one to one, not in a group. So hold on. Of what about people who are in between? So we have talk about introverts, we talk about extroverts, and we give them the characteristics of them, and it seems like they are on the different ends. But a lot of people, they are in the middle. So if you don't necessarily feel like you lean toward one side of the spectrum, but rather have a combo extrovert and also introvert stage, you could be an ambivert. So what are ambiverts? Ambivert tends to vary in the ways they recharge and exert their energy. Someone with the ambivert quality is also more likely to flip back and forth between extroversion and introversion, depending on who they are with and what situation is and how they feel. So here are some of their expression of ambiversions. So let's, after talking about introverts and extroverts, let's talk about the ambiverts. So what ambiversion, how they are expect them, they enjoy social setting and alone time equally, feel in charge and time feel secondary, and good at adapting to different situation and being act as a social butterfly. So let's discuss this one by one again. The next their approach or next is that they are more likely to take the positive or optimistic approach. People who identify as extroverts have an easier time finding the silver lining on a cloudy day. So they, even in a gloomy situation, they will always think a positive things. This doesn't mean that they engage in toxic positivity or of constantly smiling, but research suggests that self-identified extroverts tend to use more positive language. So one small study also suggests a link between the extrovert's behavior and increased happiness, even among. Okay, feel in charge and time feels secondary. So do you do sometimes feel like the smartest person in the room and love the attention you are getting? And there are times you feel less confident and enjoy taking a back seat. That ability to flip flop comfortably is an ambivert trait. You might sometimes like attention and sometimes you don't like attention. Maybe you are not feeling very confident and sitting in the back seat. So you may also find that you enjoy both internal and external processing, like journaling to get your thoughts in order to before taking action, or talking through a situation with close friends and then writing down your feeling afterward. So you also do different things. Maybe you want to talk, but before talking you want to write everything and then talk about those things. And maybe you are sharing with some of your friends first before going to a meeting or before going to an open forum. Good at adapting to different situations. So this ambivert, I think, is the best thing is that they can adjust or adapt to the different situation easily as compared to introverts or extroverts. So flexibility and collaboration, especially when encountering social friction, is an ambiverence, ambiverts, ambiverts trait. Changing strategies depending on the situation or looking for the alternative routes and solution before taking the action. So since they are on the both camps, so they know how to handle the situation and how to find the alternative routes or solution before taking the action. Less impulsive than an extrovert, but more quicker to act than as a introvert. So they are, they are less, they are not like extrovert doing quick decisions, but they are not like introvert also are taking more time. So surprise interactions may be less stressful, but also not an exciting. So like surprise mean new interaction which you are not already planned, maybe is less stressful for these people, but they are not very excited about meeting the surprises. So they are also being called a social butterfly. So while extroverts tend to be known as the life of the party, and introverts are seen as the wall follower, flower, uh, uh, ambiverts can be considered moderator. Uh, in social setting, they keep the conversation going in such a way that everyone feels comfortable giving equal input. So they are, like I already told you, they are good with the both camps. So and so they know how to feel them comfortable. So as a ambivert, uh, you might also feel like you have a good grasp of the how extroverts and introvert feels, because you have been in their shoes. So like I already told, because they know both very well, because they are, they are on the both sides, so they know how to act as a more sociable person to the both side of the spectrum, both side of the divide. So ambivert is like a social butterfly, socialize with everyone. So they are good. They are, they are on, they can socialize. For this reason they call butterfly. They are flying and going to every flower. After discussing in length of three different personality types, so here is, this is a a table which which shows in a glance that what factors differentiate extroverts, introverts, and ambiverts from each other. So on energy factor, directs it outward for extroverts. uh, for introverts, directs in it inwards, and for ambiverts both. A recharge method, how they recharge themselves. Extroverts, social situation from socializing. Introverts from staying home or living alone. And ambiverts is depending on the situation, they can do both way. Social behavior, more animated means they are showing their feelings with their body language, by using a lot of gesture, whereas introverts are not very expressive, they are more like of a listener. So ambiverts are both like depending on the context. uh, how the information processing, like to think out loudly or bounce ideas off someone. And then introverts are like to think alone or in a quiet setting. And ambiverts like both, depending on the situation, or how they are. So, and then experiences. Extroverts is enjoy new things, varied experiences more than repetition, whereas introverts find comfortable in predictable, familiar experiences rather than spontaneity. So they want to live in their comfort zone, whereas ambiverts, they enjoy both, depending on the situation. So this was a discussion. It was a divide, but as I said, there's labeling people. It is real hard to define a personality, because people have different shades of person, different shade of shade. I'm sorry, shade of characteristics. They have a spectrum. They don't have definitive or absolute things. They maybe they behave in different situations differently, and it is very hard to predict after labeling the things. So, but this will tell you a a general things about why, if you are extrovert or introvert or ambivert, are the people with whom you are dealing, like your parents, your siblings, your friends, your business partners, with whom you are interacting. After seeing their behavior, or you can see that either they are extrovert or introverts or ambiverts. So it will help you to deal with them. So this is the end of this lecture. I know it is kind of lengthy, but because I put together all these three in a one lecture.